Yeah, we could go out into the fields and hide in the corn sometimes, or lay down in the alfalfa. Marvelous alfalfa, green, beautiful big fields of alfalfa. So you build a tree house in a big old cottonwood on the ditch, go up there and look down on the sea of alfalfa that's behind your house, and then go down and collect frog eggs and put them in a jar and watch them hatch and then let them go again, you know. Or take magnifying lenses and burn leaves and burn wood and try to burn your name in pieces of wood and burn an occasional ant or a grasshopper. We all kind of felt the pain though when we would do that when we were young kids first starting out. There were times where we would torture these animals, but it would be a long distance in between, because we just go, wow, this is so weird. You see the critters writhing and such. So part of my connection to the appreciation of nature was through its destruction. With my brother and I with magnifying lenses and other people. And it was not a ritual by any means. It was an occasional thing. But you could see the discomfort in the smallest of creatures when you were hurting them, that they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to have that done to them. No way. So it was through the exploration of nature along these agricultural ditches and zones, and tending the frogs and the various creatures and catching them and letting them go, and then sometimes mutilating them and trying to feed them to birds or other creatures. And it was through both appreciation and gentleness and making things our pets to the destruction and the observation of their pain that I came to appreciate the sentience at some level of most of life. We had a creature in our backyard that was a major attacker of other beings, and that was the praying mantis. The praying mantis ruthfully goes out and catches bugs, and if their head is the first thing or their tail is the first thing, they'll just start chewing on it, eat it. But I thought they were really beautiful. And they would lay their eggs, the mothers would lay their eggs on the underside of the wooden planks of our beautiful red fence that was around our backyard. And I'd watch those mothers lay their eggs, the foam coming out of their abdomen, laying this long tube cell of multicellular pod of eggs. And she'd be so fat and green and beautiful and lay those eggs down. And I'd watch those praying mantis eggs get darker and darker until finally they would hatch. And these little teeny cute little, very cute little monsters that eat other things and eat off their heads would come out. But they ate the aphids, and they kept the flies down, and they were just like us. They were eating stuff too. They didn't eat the plants, they ate other living animals. In many cases, they're eating animals that eat plants. But they were just so cute, and I just loved their wings. They were just the epitome of gracefulness in there. When they put their wings out and then just take off and fly along like a small dragon. We didn't have any real dragons there besides the praying mantises, besides the real dragons of the dragonflies. Yeah, those are actually the real dragons. They're amazing beings. And I admired some of those beings that ruthlessly killed other animals. The dragonflies were so marvelous, watching them fly. And so, as a human, I also wanted to win too and be the top dog. And so when we played baseball, we really wanted to win. We wanted to be the top dog. We wanted to take them out. We wanted to eat that other eat that other team. So some of the ruthlessness of the small creatures rubbed off on me too. But living next to those fields with grasshoppers and swallows that would fly over and catch those beans, eating them, and the beautiful alfalfa, that right in the middle of the town there would be alfalfa fields that you could go out in and crawl through, and no one could see you, and you could look at the bugs and such along the ground. And then you could go back in 50 yards away and have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or something else that was bloody maybe. And I never was that much of a fan of the bloody foods. But yeah, I ate the bloody foods for a long time. Made me a bit sad to see how they were treated. And then it made me a bit sad to see heart attacks, major heart attacks in our communities with various people.